Hey y'all, this is AC Locke here with SoftwashSystems.com, and today we want to talk to you about our BulkRinse module. Now, of course, those of y'all that have figured out that the new Generation 3 SoftwashSystems Cradle Skids give you the ability to add multiple modules to your system, up to 4 modules at a time. And we've got these slots here based on these square modular tanks that we have in our graduated tank strap system, where you can add a DPI injection system or a bulk storage tank, or in this case a BulkRinse module. And then of course on this system here we have a spot left open where you could have another module. But today we want to talk about this particular piece of equipment in this particular slot, which is our BulkRinse module. Now the cool thing about our BulkRinse module is it takes whatever water source, garden hose, that you hook up to it, and it multiplies it by about a 6 factor. So in areas where you have really bad well water or low pressure, it does have a buffer tank underneath it that you can fill first and draw off the buffer tank, or you could also hook up directly to the BulkRinse module with a garden hose, and it'll take that pretty decent water pressure you have and it will multiply it out by 6 times. Now the height or the maximum that it does is about 8 gallons a minute at about 120 psi. So that's about where it caps out. But it does take that water source and allows you to get that real strong bulk rinsing power. Now I've already got this one hooked up. It's already plugged into our GFI protected circuit that we have on the extension cord, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what the pressure looks like with this. So Karen, if you can kind of follow me, I'm going to pick up this hose right here, and if you can kind of come around right over here to this side and videotape me from this direction. Okay, we've already got this hooked up, and I've got it hooked up to a brass Y nozzle here. On this side we have a fan tip that's a 60 orifice fan. And then on this side we have what's called a witch's hat, which is a 0 degree that's about a 60 orifice. And you can see that when we turn it on, it really gives you some incredible rinsing power. Right now it's a little windy here in Florida, but you can see when I put my hand up against it, that's working off the buffer tank. We can really put some serious rinse power. And then of course it's going to turn off right away when I turn off the switch here. The pressure switch is going to kick off the electric pump, which, by the way, was very quiet. Now, the other thing we have is this fan tip. So we can turn it on, and now we've got a fan tip where we can come up to a house, and you can rinse this house with the fan tip. And it makes a nice broad fan with our BulkRinse module's pump. So you can use a stream tip, or you can use a fan tip. I'm going to walk you over here and show you the valves real quick. On this particular BulkRinse module here that we make now, we have a choice valve here, and this allows you to hook up a garden hose directly to the system and use that garden hose to power the pump, or you can turn this valve over and you can tell the pump to draw directly from the actual buffer tank. So this chooses between the garden hose or the buffer tank for supplying the pump. This hose right here is your in for filling the tank, and it goes in through a valve to a float valve in the tank and keeps the tank continuously topped off at about 50 gallons of buffer water. And then of course this valve here comes out, and this is where you hook up your rinse hose, and it functions real well. We usually hook directly up onto this. We don't use quick connects. It's a brass coupler here as well as a brass threaded fitting, so that you're not going to put tension on this or stress on it and break a plastic fitting. All this is mounted to a graduated tank strap on a 50-gallon buffer tank with our special bracket that we have for mounting up this pump. Comes with a 150 psi pressure switch, your pressure gauge, all of your check valves, and everything you need for this to function out of the box. 4 bolts installed, hook up a garden hose, hook up your electrical source, and you're done. Again, this is SoftwashSystems BulkRinse module. Goes on our cradle skid, and I'm going to go ahead and spray some water this way as we cut out.